Well, finally, some weather that coincides with free time to get out for a ride. It's been about 3 weeks, maybe longer before since I last got on the bike. And it's either been I've had the time and the weather hasn't been good, or the weather's been, yeah, reasonable, but I've had other things to do. So this morning, well, in fact yesterday and today, the weatherman had projected decent weather. Had things to do yesterday and I thought, oh, I'm gonna lose another chance, but got up this morning and the weather today looks decent. We got a little bit of cloud cover up there, but when the sun breaks through it's very, very nice. To be fair, it's not cold. It's probably about 9 degrees. So I just thought I'd get on the bike, head over to Newlands Corner and grab my usual coffee and cake and just give the bike a run. The bike doesn't sit on a trickle charger, so it's been sat under a cover on my drive for about 3 weeks, not been started. Before I put it away, I give it a proper clean down and completely covered it in ACF 50. It's just what I choose to use. Others use other stuff. I just like ACF 50. It's not let me down, to be fair. So this morning when I started the bike, it looked like it was on fire. The smoke that was bellowing out of it, I'm surprised my neighbours weren't complaining. But once it burns off, it's good. Roads are pretty dry, so I'll give it a very quick rinse, hopefully when I get home, and then just reapply the ACF 50 because I don't know when I'm next going to be able to get the bike out. But boy, it's good to get back out again. Even just for a 30-40 minute run, I have missed it. As I say, can't be helped, other things to do, life gets in the way. Not so much work because I have retired, but it's amazing the other things you have to do even when you are retired. I suppose a bit like myself, many have been getting ready for Christmas. What I find is once it hits the 1st of December, that's usually when Christmas comes out of the loft. And time flies. Before you know it, it's only 2 weeks to go, it's a week and a half to go. You're trying to get all your shopping done. Invariably, I think everybody buys far too much. We do, I know that for a fact. And every year we say, right, this year we're going to cut back, and even when we cut back it still seems far too much. You can't win. I do happen to know that Father Christmas has left me a new action camera under the Christmas tree. I know everybody has their own preferences, but I've already bought into the GoPro platform. So the one that I'm currently using on the helmet is a GoPro 12. Sorry, it's not. It's a GoPro 10. And then of course you have to buy the media mod that goes over the top of that, and that's 70-80 quid on top of the camera. If you want to apply an external microphone to it. So I say I'm already into the platform for a few quid. So I believe there is a GoPro 13 Hero Black, which will go on the helmet. I believe that has got Bluetooth connectivity, so I should be able to get a wireless mic to it. We'll have to see. I don't know anything about these things. I just bumble along and just do the best I can. It sometimes works, it sometimes doesn't. It's like the microphone that I'm currently using. It's fine at low speed, but when I'm sort of above 60 miles per hour, it picks up all the whistling and it almost starts clipping. I don't know what's going on, but there you go. So yeah, so there's a new GoPro in there, so hopefully I'll also now be able to move the one that I've got onto the handlebars, and have some different footage, but some of it perhaps looking back. We'll see. Looking forward to that. Just interested to know what other people use. I know the DJI action cameras are very popular amongst moto vloggers. The battery life is supposedly very good on them. I think you get about 2.5 hours, if not more. Bluetooth connectivity is very good on them. As I say, had I not already invested in GoPro, I might have considered one of those. But I do understand that they're not easy to connect to a helmet system. I don't know, because I don't have one, so it makes no difference to me. Got a couple of little, what seems like 2 strokes coming up in behind me. They'll no doubt go flying past in a minute. But anyway, yeah, just interested to know what other people use. Yeah, we'll go up the hill to Newlands this time, rather than going up the side road, Trods Lane. Those little two strokes did go flying past me, as I thought they would. I think they're probably going up to Newlands, but they've gone the other way, the short way. Heated grips are working very well. I've still got the summer gloves on, but I did put some thermal linings on that comes with them. But I have to say, it's made the gloves very tight on my hands, and they are drawing on my hands a little bit. So on the journey back, I'll either take those liners out, or I do have my winter gloves in the back box. They might stretch, they might give me a bit more freedom, but they're very tight on the hand, and it almost likes it's cutting the blood supply. Anyway, not to worry. That's where I would normally come out, and yep, as I thought, that's the 2 little bikes I think ahead of me. So we'll turn into Newlands and see what we got. Hopefully we've got a few. Indeed we do. Oh yeah, we actually do have a few in there. Excellent. Oh, that's good news. Somebody being nice and letting me in. Yeah, quite a few bikes. I think we find as the winter comes in, the more opportunities we get, the more bikes turn up, which is excellent, because we don't get that many times to come out and ride. The only downside of this bike, and that is because I'm not on the ground a lot, I find it very hard to push it back. And I've always said, when it gets too heavy for me, it goes. And I have my eyes on one of the Royal Enfield 350s. But I'm hoping that's not just yet. Give it time. And I see the old clocks are steaming up again. That seems to be standard practice for these bikes. Right, I'll go and have a look and see what we've got. guys wearing their colours. Who are they? The Immortals. Surrey Motorcycles. And of course, the best looking bike on the lot. So if you do get up to Newlands, it's got a fantastic view right across the whole of the Surrey Hills. Lots of walking up here. In the summer it's very, very busy. But most importantly today, when it is a bit chilly, you've got the cafeteria. So time for a cup of coffee. Right, that's it, had my coffee. And they were giving away free mince pies. Be rude not to. So as you can see, most have gone. I'm just getting ready to go back. Hands are cold, but hopefully the heated grips will do their job. I've decided to keep the summer gloves on, because I suddenly realised with the heavy gloves on, I don't think I'm going to be able to find the button to turn the GoPro off and on, because they're so thick. So we'll see how it goes. Right, time to head home. I'm glad I put the heated grips on before I got on the bike. Oh, that's lovely. Very nice. Temperature is definitely dropping. Definitely dropping. As you can see, we're very exposed up here. Lovely part of the world. And in the summer it gets extremely busy with dog walkers and people coming up. Very nice people. Let me out again. Excellent, thank you. So we'll go back the usual way now, down through Trods Lane. I want to take it easy on these corners. They're a bit skittish, still very, very damp underfoot. Just close the visor down. Hope that doesn't make the sound too bad, the audio. Keep forgetting about that little bit of gravel. That's where the golf course crosses the road from one putting green across to the next tee. And when the tractors go across, I suppose the grass cutters, etc., they drag the that silt and sand and stones onto the road. Yeah, sorry about that. My timer ran out on the camera. Yeah, say I paid about £57 for these, and although this is the first winter I've ever had heated grips on, and I'm not exactly in very cold weather, they're very nice. They do work. But if I was a multiple bike owner, I had 2 or 3 bikes in the stable, which I haven't, and I only ever have one because I don't have a garage. I can see why people would pay out for a good set of heated gloves. Much cheaper, much better, because these, after all, only give you heat on the bottom part of your hand, whereas I understand heated gloves give you heat all over the hand. So fair play. If it gets very cold, I'll end up putting on the winter gloves. And I do have my eyes on a heated vest from a very well-known Chinese selling website. A friend of mine's got one and he is fairly happy with it. Does the job. The batteries last about 2.5 hours, which is ample for the riding that I do. But I'll only go out if there's no salt on the road. And down south, as they would say, we don't get that much salt on the roads because, yeah, we do get cold, freezing weather, but they tend to only salt the really main roads, and the back roads are left alone. But I won't ride if it's freezing cold. Biggest fear for me is black ice. I do not want to go sliding down the road. I do not want to damage my bike, and although that's the first priority, I certainly don't want to damage myself either. And others would say that that should be my first priority, but no, I like my Interceptor too much, and yeah, cleaning it I don't mind, It was wet roads. I'm quite happy to take it home, give it a rinse down, and then just put anti-corrosion on it. But no, not salt and not ice. So I'm not sure how many more rides I'm going to get in this year. I really am not. If it's not raining, it's probably going to get cold. I want to try and get at least one more ride up into Blackbush. I know my two riding colleagues, one of them has now sorened his bikes and they've been put to bed to hibernate for the winter, and there are many like him, absolutely. So I won't sore mine. As I said, I don't have a garage. It's on the drive under a cover, so if I do get a nice shiny day, even if it's cold, sorry, not shiny day, a nice sunny day, even if it's cold and if there's no chance of ice on the ground, I'll take it out. We have a big Aldi here, and also we have a mainline Sainsbury's just round the road, just round the corner, which is probably why we're all choked up. This is only my second winter with this bike. Last winter wasn't too bad. I was able to ride it fairly regularly through last winter. This is the second winter with it, and because I haven't ridden it for about 3 weeks or thereabouts, the one thing that did come to mind was battery maintenance. I hadn't even bothered to start it. It was just too wet, so most of the time it was just under the cover. And it kind of just begged the question, what do I do for battery maintenance? So yesterday I took the bike out, as I think I said earlier. Yesterday was quite a good day, but I had other things to do. But I did take it out yesterday evening from under the cover, and I fitted a little Optima. I think it's called an Optima battery trickle charging system. So I fitted the fly lead to the battery on the side of the bike. It's easy to open the panel with a lock. The other one's not so easy because you've got to take the seat off to get the other panel off. So the plug connector comes down on that side of the bike. So I just need to get myself a little Optima charger or a similar trickle charger for the bike. Although she did start first time on the button when I took it out this morning, keeping in mind it hadn't been started for 3 weeks. But if we do get a really cold winter, I know the cold can take it out of batteries, and I want to make sure that I don't necessarily have to go paying for a new battery if I don't have to. It must be very nice for those who've got nice garages for their bikes. I do envy you. I'd love to be able to do some work on the bike in a garage. You know, I've often said there's not much I would change on the Interceptor. This bike is stock. The only alteration to this bike is it's got a touring seat on it, and that was put on by the previous owner. That's Dave, one of the chaps that I normally ride with, and I'm very grateful for that, because I do find that I'm not yet broken into motorcycle riding, and it's a bit firm. I wouldn't like to go many miles. Probably, I guess I wouldn't want to go touring on the continent until I've hardened up to the seat. But everything else in this bike is stock. Yeah, I haven't changed anything. And honestly, I don't see why I want to, but if I was going to, it would be so nice to have a garage to do it in. So this is the last ride that I'm able to get before Christmas. Clearly anybody watching this and who's watched it to the end, thank you very much. But I just like to wish you all a very Merry Christmas. If you're riding, ride safe. and I can only hope that we all have a better new year than perhaps we've had this one. On the point of those that have followed me all the way through, I think on my last count I had a massive 171 subscribers. Now I know it sounds like I'm being sarcastic, but seriously, I do this as a bit of fun. You know, I don't do it because I want to make money. I don't do it, well, in fact I'm not going to make money with 171 subscribers. But I don't look to do it for any other reason than to diarise my own little journeys out and about and bobbing around the place. I edit very basically. It's not anywhere that one would call a professional presentation. It's just me having a little bit of fun. So those 171, can I just say thank you so much. You really must not have an awful lot going on in your lives if you want to follow this little channel. But it does give me a little bit of impetus to get out, and I felt really bad that I haven't been able to get out for the last 3 weeks. It's not like I've got a demanding audience, but even so, you still feel compelled to try and repay that loyalty, if that's what it is, to those that do subscribe. So thank you so much, every single one of you. I really appreciate it. I know sometimes the content is very repetitive, it's probably boring, not very many will see it through to the end. I understand that, but you know, the subscriptions have slowly been climbing. If it's one a week or one a month, that is fantastic. I think my best viewed video at the moment was the one I put up a few weeks ago called Man Down, when unfortunately my riding buddy Dave had a bit of a slip on some wet grass, and I think that's had nearly 7,000 views. So it does go to show, you know, with a bit of creative titling, you get many more views, but I'm not doing that. So anyway, I'm not going to harp on. Thank you so much indeed, I really do appreciate it. So I'm not far from home now. Have a brilliant Christmas, everybody. And I say, if I don't ride again, that's where it is. If I do ride again, I'll probably be saying the same thing. We have a red light. Alright, have a good one. Catch you later. Thank you very much for viewing. Take care. Bye.